Is Google Pixel Fold worth it? We're about to find out. Hey friends, I'm Tasia Custode, and this is Pixel Fold, Google's first foldable phone. So let's dive into all the tech specs. We're talking hardware, software, performance, and of course, a final verdict. Pixel Fold is powered by Google Tensor G2 and has a 5.8-inch full high-definition OLED cover display when folded and an inner display of 7.6 inches when unfolded. It can withstand immersion in at least 1 meter of water, and its hinge is constructed of mirror-polished multi-alloy steel, proving to be quite durable. And when it's folded, it folds completely flat. So there is no gapping like you see on some foldables. Plus, I've got to say, it's relatively thin for a foldable. But let's do a quick size comparison here. I've got my iPhone 11 Pro as a comparison for size since their screen size is the same. So when I'm talking the size of the device in hand, it's comparable, but keep in mind, I've got a protective case on my iPhone. So if you put a case on your Pixel Fold, you're gonna need to picture adding that much more size and bulk around the device. It will definitely make it wider and thicker. So here's the width in comparison to my Pixel 7 Pro. Again, it's as thick as the 7 Pro with a case on it. Now you can really see the difference when I take the case off my Pixel 7 Pro. The fold is much thicker, and I do find Pixel Fold a little bit heavier, even without a case on it. And I'll touch a little more on that later, but for now, back to some tech specs. When unfolded, it's all about multitasking. As expected from a foldable, you can view apps in split screen mode. All you have to do is drag and drop apps from that taskbar at the bottom to create a split screen. You can drag on the vertical bar to resize an app so it takes up more space than the other app. And you can double tap on the divider bar in the middle to have the apps switch sides. This is really useful for taking notes on a video call or any type of multitasking you can think of. Right now, you can only do this with 2 apps, which I don't know why you'd want to do it with more, but just an FYI for you. And if you long swipe from the bottom of the screen to open Overview, your apps will remain paired for you. Another great feature of the split screen is that you can drag and drop from one app to another. So here I am in the Gmail app in my Compose window, and now let's open the Google Photos app in split screen mode. I can simply select a photo, then long press on that photo in Google Photos and drag it over to my Gmail to add it to that email. And yes, you can select multiple photos at the same time to drag and drop between apps. Not only does this work in your entire suite of Google apps, so yes, Messages and YouTube as well, but in some other apps like Canva, Outlook, Word, WhatsApp, and more. It is such a time saver. Something else you may notice is that you can also see the crease on the screen. I've yet to see a foldable where that totally goes away, so it might be something you just have to get used to with a foldable device like this. Another thing to keep in mind is that not all apps are optimized to take advantage of the size of this inner screen yet. Luckily, there are a ton of apps that already are, including of course your suite of Google apps and apps like Calm, TikTok, WhatsApp, Spotify, and more. So now let's talk about the 3 modes you get with Pixel Fold. The first mode is one we just touched on, and that's unfolded. So say you're watching a YouTube video with the device folded, you'll just unfold and the video will continue playing. In YouTube, you can pinch to zoom to use that full inner display. But then there's also tent mode. To use tent mode, you just unfold the phone to an angle less than 90 degrees and place it on a flat surface in a tent shape. This will play the video hands-free on the front display. Last, you can use tabletop mode. If you open Pixel Fold to a 90-degree angle, you can view content more like you would on a laptop and adjust the angle as you see fit from there. And it's important you know these modes as we move into the glorious camera specs and features. So first, the specs. Pixel Fold has 5 cameras total. There's a 48 megapixel main camera, a 10.8 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 10.8 megapixel ultra wide camera. On the front, there's a 9.5 megapixel camera, And when it's unfolded, there's an 8 megapixel camera. As expected from a Pixel device, the image quality is really good, even though it's hard to pack a lot into a thin device. So if you really want to get nitpicky about it, when I compare Pixel Fold to my Pixel 7 Pro, the 7 Pro obviously has a much higher resolution telephoto lens. Some people have reported that Fold images are not as vibrant color-wise, but it's really hard to knock it, to be honest. I loved the quality of the photos on Pixel Fold. And you can take rear camera selfies with Pixel Fold, which is so cool. With the phone folded, you'll open up the camera app, then tap on the rear camera selfie button and unfold the phone with the camera bar facing you. Now just snap your selfie. It does take some getting used to, since for me, it's like so many screens and I sometimes tap something by mistake on another screen and I have to go back to the rear camera mode, but it's cool nonetheless because your selfies are higher res than on the 9.5 megapixel front-facing camera. But it's not just about image quality on Pixel Fold. Remember those modes we learned about earlier? Well, they come in handy when snapping pics and taking vids on Pixel Fold. You can open up Pixel Fold to tabletop mode and place the phone down on a level surface and tilt it to your preferred angle and snap your shot. So this mode is really great for group shots where you need to place your phone farther away. It's great for video calls, it's great for astrophotography, and for taking like a steady time-lapse video. And you can also take hands-free selfies too. This is so good. I guess technically you need your hand because you'll be taking what's called a selfie with a palm timer. So all you have to do is select a 3 or 10-second timer, but instead of tapping that shutter button to start the timer, take your time to get into position and then simply raise your hand to the camera to start the timer. This is compatible with all of Pixel Fold's cameras when folded, unfolded, or in tabletop mode. And I mentioned off the top that Pixel Fold is powered by Google Tensor G2, so let's talk a little bit more about that performance. If you're a Pixel fan by now, you know that chip powers the awesome camera features you've come to know and love, like photo unblur, portrait blur, magic eraser, and more. But beyond that, the camera is as efficient as you'd expect, and apps open quickly. There's a really short split-second delay when switching from folded to unfolded or tabletop to tent mode, which you really don't notice too much. Now, when it comes to other performance indicators like battery life, this lasts a couple of days on one charge for me, but I don't use it as my daily driver. So I'd expect about a day battery life if I was constantly messaging and taking video calls on here. I will say, it does run a little warm for me when I watch videos in unfolded mode. It's also legit 115 degrees right now where I live, so I'm not really sure how much that impacts indoor usage. But it does get pretty warm in here sometimes. So with all this said, is Google Pixel Fold worth it? Well, to answer that question, we have to take into account pricing and your individual use case scenario. Pixel Fold starts at $1,800 US, so this is not a cheap device. I also have a hard time getting used to going from a regular device to a foldable. It's kind of like a whole new user interface to get used to, and I do need 2 hands to unfold it, and I do find it a bit heavy. So if I were to put a case on this, I think it may become too bulky to fit nicely in my pocket. And I keep asking myself, does anyone really need a foldable phone? Plus, besides being able to use tabletop mode and tent mode, a lot of the other camera features are already available across most Pixel devices. And yes, that includes the palm timer that works on Pixel 6 and above. Now, the pros here are that it's really fast, it's a 2-in-1, and it's really good for Google's first foray into a foldable. But again, you have to really want a foldable, you know? So use case wise, I think this makes sense if you're already in the Pixel ecosystem and you do a lot of traveling and maybe you don't want to bring multiple devices with you. You can now just take your Fold and have your phone and tablet in one while you're on the go. So I'm giving Pixel Fold an A for effort while keeping in mind that this is really a device for a niche audience. I also wonder if this will be a collectible one day, Google's first gen foldable. And yeah, I'm keeping the box. So that's your Pixel Fold review and features, but I'm curious to know what you think of Pixel Fold. Are you all in on foldable phones? Drop a comment below so we can discuss, and keep your eyes peeled for my complete Pixel tablet review. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, I want to know. So give it a like, a share, or leave that comment below. You can click right about here to subscribe to my channel, and here and here for even more Google content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.